Hello and welcome to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading. I will be channeling the energy from your future self and what it is they want to communicate with you. I have already pre-drawn an oracle card for each pile, and I will play each singing bowl for you to decide which pile is calling you. So let's get into it. Here's pile 1. And pile 2. I will now get into both of the readings, and timestamps will be below. Hello, pile 1. Let's find out what your future self is wanting to communicate with you. Our first card is the Angel of Creativity. So now is a great time for you to embrace your creativity. Whatever that means to you, whether that is painting, this angel here is painting with a paint palette, but it could also just be thinking more creatively about your problems and about your life overall. There might be an opportunity that is waiting for you to just use your creativity and think outside of the box a little bit. And that is what your future self wants you to do right now, is to implement more creativity into your life where you can. If you feel like you have been being a bit stagnant in life right now, embracing that creative side, that artistic side, will bring more life into your will bring more joy into your life, and it will just help make life more enjoyable overall. So I will now draw a Green Witch Oracle card to see what Mother Nature wants to help communicate with your future self to you. What does your future self want to communicate with you? Oh. We got 2 cards here. First, we have the Pine Tree, which is all about vitality, longevity, and perseverance. And then we have Potion, which is about invigoration and empowerment. So when I first look at these cards, I feel like with being creative, that is going to help you feel more empowered in your life. And you might feel like you're at a stagnant position right now, but your future self wants you to know that now is the time to persevere and to keep pushing forward. And that maybe you have been pushing for a while now, but here is the time to implement that creativity into your problems and think outside of the box a little bit. If you have been working towards something and you have been struggling to get ahead, now is the time to try a new approach and to gain a new perspective on the problem, and maybe try combining things that wouldn't usually go together, kind of like a potion here. And your future self wants you to just keep pushing forward, keep going, and don't lose sight of what it is you are trying to achieve. And also don't look at what you are currently doing in a negative light. If that is the attitude you have been having lately, then that makes it difficult to put creativity into what you are doing and to have a childlike, free mind to view your current situation in another perspective. So that is what your future self wants you to know regarding that so far. So let's draw a few tarot cards to add to this message. And maybe even go for some drinks with friends with this potion card. That can also help bring new ideas for you. If you have been working hard a lot and not letting yourself let loose and have fun, that is a great way to to come up with new ideas, is speaking with people and hanging out with people and letting loose a little bit so that you can view your problems in a new light and find a new solution. We'll get 1, 2, and 3. So our first card here is the King of Coins. Yeah, so you have been looking for stability, and you may be already embracing stability and financial stability and physical stability, like with your housing and with your career and with your job. You may be in quite the stable place right now, and if not right now, it will be coming soon. And your future self wants you to just persevere and to continue on this journey and just try and bring new perspectives into what it is you are doing right now. But the King of Coins is a strong king, and he will do what it takes to get things done. And rather than acting too fast, finding a new approach to your problems will be helpful here. But with the stability of the King of Coins, this is a great sign so far that if you are not embracing stability in your life right now, stability is coming. Beautiful. And then we have the Empress. Yeah, abundance overall is coming your way if you don't have it already. Your future self wants you to keep going. Whatever you are looking to achieve in your life, whether that is starting a family or progressing forward in your career, you are going through a rebirth right now. And that rebirth is going to be very abundant. And you just have to keep mothering and babying your current project and your current situation in order to get there. But you will achieve the fruits of your labor. It will be worth it. You just have to persevere and keep going and try not to get too down about it. Like, look at it from the perspective of you get to rather than you have to, and that will help you gain new perspectives and come up with new positive ideas for your current situation. And the next card is the Knight of Coins. So yeah, right now, I think you are learning. You are in the midst of achieving what it is you are trying to achieve. And your future self wants you to know it will be worth it and you are on the right track, but you just have to keep going. Your future self really wants you to keep going with whatever it is you are focusing on right now. And in the background of the Knight of Coins, there is a mountain, so you still have a lot of work left to do. So don't be discouraged if day in and day out you're not really seeing the results you're wanting, because it's the little baby steps you do every day that when you look back in a year or in a few months, it's going to be worth it. And there's some symbols in the background of the Knight of Coins which brings to mind, and also in the King of Coins, which to me brings to mind divine timing and time in general, that these things do take time. You can't build an empire overnight, but what you are working towards looks very abundant and worth it. And your future self does not want you to give up, and they want you to know that you are on the right track. And the last card is the Knight of Swords. So yeah, you will be flying high and you have to keep doing. And don't get your head lost in the clouds. Keep pushing forward and it will all work out for you. And the Knight of Swords could be a little bit emotional, so you may be feeling a bit discouraged, and you might be unsure if what you are doing is the correct path for you, but your future self wants you to know that you are on the correct path. And having these two knights on the bottom and how they are both about doing and getting things done, you are in that progress, and it's like double, like, yes, keep working, keep going, you're on the right track, you will get to where you want to be. Let's draw one more card from the Moonology deck. What does your future self want to communicate with you? And in this reading so far, like out of the tarot deck, we only got one card that has a number on it, so 3s may be significant to you. You may be seeing a lot of 3s in the coming future, or you may have been already lately. And also, something that just came to mind is good things come in 3s. I don't know why that came to my mind. That may be significant to you, or there may be like 3 things that occur to get to where you want to be, if that makes sense. Let's see. From the Moonology deck, it says, don't let your past hold you back. So yeah, you may have been facing judgments or negative energies from people from your past, or what you are currently working on. Someone from your past may have been putting you down about it. Like, say if you are an artist, especially with this creativity card, say you are an artist and when you were growing up, a teacher or your parents told you, well, you can't make a living being an artist or making art. And those types of comments can really get ingrained into us, and it takes a lot of relearning and reteaching ourselves and reparenting ourselves to step away from what has been ingrained in us. So your future self wants you to know that what you are trying to achieve and accomplish right now is possible and will happen, but you can't let your past hold you back. The past is in the past, and the people who may have put you down in the past don't deserve to even be on your mind right now, because it's about looking forward towards the future. You still have quite a ways to go to what you want to achieve, but you are going to be moving slower if you are thinking about negative things from the past rather than positive things in the future. I find if you think about the future and the things you want for your future, it is easier to think creatively and to be more productive because you are excited. While this is a long climb ahead and that your future self wants you to know that to persevere through this, it's also about looking forward to it. Yeah, yes, you are putting this hard work in to climb this mountain, but you are climbing this mountain. Not everyone is willingly able and wants to put that effort in to climb this mountain. And maybe you are going for a career that is a bit out of the ordinary, or a certain situation that's out of the ordinary, or you're trying to move up in your career overall. And not everyone has the guts to do that. So don't pay attention to what people from your past have said or have tried to implement into you to try and put you down. And it's because they didn't have the courage to climb that mountain, but you do. And your future self wants you to keep going, because at the top of that mountain, you're going to feel like the king of coins. That is what is coming for you. And you are going to be so abundant. Abundance will be all around you. Whatever it is you are trying to achieve and accomplish in your life is on its way. You just have to keep working, gain new perspectives, try new angles and solutions to your problems, and that will make you move faster towards your goals. So that is what your future self wanted to communicate with you today. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, please comment down below and maybe give me a subscribe so I know you guys are liking these readings, so I'll keep going. And I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. Welcome, pile number 2. Let's see what your future self wants to communicate with you today. Your first card is healing. So you may be going through a time of healing right now, and your future self wants you to know that that is exactly what you need to deal with and go through right now before you move on to the next step. And she has light coming from her heart and from her hands, and she is by a body of water, like a beach. So your future self wants you to get out there and put some self-care into yourself. Maybe go to the beach or go to the lake and go for a walk. And you can either journal or just sit there and meditate and think about what it is you want to release from your past or what you have currently going on, and allow that to be released into the body of water. I have heard of people who do this on a regular basis. They will even talk to their own glass of water and just release problems into that water. And since water is so fluid, it helps to just release that problem and what it is on your mind. And your future self wants you to know that that is what you need to do right now. Maybe even take a bath and put on some nice music, some calming music. Put the lights dim, light some candles, put some essential oils, and just let yourself relax. Allow yourself time for healing and refueling yourself, because you might be feeling a little bit burned out, and your future self wants you to know that now is the time to heal. So let's grab a few Green Witch Oracle cards now to see what else it is your future self wants to communicate with you. And you may even need to go on a vacation. I was just thinking about Hawaii or Mexico with this sandy background here. If you are able to, it might be a good idea to plan a trip and just let yourself relax. That's what your future self wants you to do. Now, sorry guys. The cards just flew out. So we got 2 cards here. Our first card is Mint, which is about abundance, persistence, and proliferation. And then the second card is Mushrooms, which is about recycling and breaking down problems. So your future self wants you to know that abundance is on its way to you, and you are already surrounded by abundance. And right now you might be dealing with your problems, and you might be so wrapped up in your problems or your to-do list that you don't even see the abundance that is all around you. And with the Mint, I'm thinking your future self is telling you to maybe make some mint tea and relax, just like the healing card is telling you to do. And that will help calm your nervous system. Start the day with some mint tea, a little 5 or 10 minute meditation, and just ground yourself before you take on the day. And then with the mushroom card, now is the time to break down those problems one by one. So once you have taken the time to ground yourself, you can take on your problems more confidently and in a more calm state. Rather than a fight or flight state, you are in a more relaxed flow state. So you can have brighter ideas, gain new perspectives, and probably be more productive in solving your problem. And also, I'm getting with the recycling aspect of the mushroom, is this might be past energies or past problems that have been on your mind, and that is why your future self wants you to take time to heal and maybe put those past problems and past traumas into something positive that will bring you abundance. Because it is difficult to move through life if we are holding on to our past mistakes, traumas, difficulties, and if we are able to use those difficulties to our advantage, even just the knowledge we gained from difficult past situations, then we can move forward and be grateful for what we went through. And then rather than holding resentment towards our past, we can be grateful that, yeah, during that time it wasn't the best, but what I learned is something I'll never be able to learn without it. So that is what your future self wants you to know, that right now you may be going through a time of healing and you might be beating yourself up and just a bit down and out about a past situation, but your future self wants you to know that no, what we went through, we had to go through, and it actually is going to be bringing you abundance. And I'm also seeing right now, like, because there is a fish, you may even want to go fishing. And like with the body of water and the fish, you might want to go fishing. That is a great way to relax and calm yourself down. So let's grab some tarot cards now to see what else your future self wants to communicate with you. And there's also a skull here. And so that really feels like skeletons from your past that have been haunting you a little bit. So it's time to heal and begin to break down those problems one by one. And that could be a roadmap towards your abundance. And we got another card, and we'll get 2 more. So the first tarot card we got is the Ace of Coins. So this is about being open to the next chapter in your life and allowing room for the universe to gift you with more abundance in your life. But the first step is to not be so closed off. So that is why the first step is to regulate your nervous system so that you can see when opportunities are coming your way and be open to them so that you won't be closed off from them. And then the next card is Judgment. And so you may be judging yourself and about your past and maybe how you have reacted or behaved and the things you have done. But your future self wants you to know that, yes, judgment is important because that is how we grow as people, but don't allow yourself to be too hard on yourself, because the judgment just means we are growing, and you not liking your past self means you have grown from where you used to be. But don't beat yourself up about it. Don't let the ghosts of your past haunt your current situation, because you have a lot of abundance coming, and the past is in the past. We just have to take the lessons and keep moving forward, because that's all we can do, because it happened and it is what it is, and the least we can do is reflect, take those lessons, and move more smartly and more confidently in the future and with our current problems. Yeah, and then the next card is the Page of Coins. So you are learning right now. You may be learning how to make more money in your career. You may be studying right now. And you may have made past mistakes with money. And there's no guidebook to life. And you can learn stuff and gain new knowledge, and that will help you in the future. That will help add more tools to your toolbox so you know the appropriate steps to take. So you being in a learning period right now is completely okay. And that's what your future self wants you to know, that you are in a learning and healing period right now. And once you gain more knowledge, you will be able to break down your problems one by one. And also, what I'm getting here is that you are recycling your old problems and your past traumas and putting that into knowledge and using that to your advantage as you go forward in your future. So rather than sulking and going over your problems and being sad about it over and over again, you can go over your problems, but make it in a more productive light. Like, rather than just being sad about it, you use that knowledge so that you can move more confidently when you face new problems. And the next card is the King of Swords. So you may be putting boundaries up around yourself right now. And while you are emotionally intelligent and you are smart, you don't want to be too guarded. And that is also part of the lesson, is with what you went through, you may feel like you've had to close yourself off. But your future self wants you to know that, yes, it is important to have those boundaries, but don't close yourself off so much that you are unapproachable. So, yes, hold on to your boundaries and set those boundaries with people who don't make you feel good or who may be using you. Like, recognize that based on your past, that if you see someone is taking advantage of you, set a boundary. But make sure you are open to good situations so that you can recognize when something good is coming in for you. So let's get one more card from the Moonology deck now. What does your future self want to communicate with you? Here we have... Oh, I got 2 cards. We got emotions are running high. So you may have been emotional lately, and a personal issue reaches its resolution. So I feel like you have been emotional lately, and you probably have been beating yourself up a little bit about your past, about how you have acted. And I'm here to tell you, and your future self wants you to know, that that is okay. But now is the time to heal, and you will be healing. A personal issue reaches resolution. You realize that, okay, I went through that, and it is what it is. It's not your fault. It may be not someone else's fault either. It's just that's what life is. And you can use that for a more productive and positive outcome next time. And that is why your issue reaches resolution, because once you can reflect on it and heal it and use it to your advantage, that is when you feel whole again. So while you are going through a learning period right now, your future self wants you to know that abundance will come. It's just about moving through those emotions. So that is your reading for today. I hope you found value in it. I hope it resonated. If it did, please comment down below and give it a like and subscribe so I know to keep making these for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time.